you wake the crowd. F'nAround, stop the day. Rats and raves, we got something to say.
Welcome back to F'nAround in the Morning, streaming everywhere available. I'm your co-host, Joe.
What's good, everybody? It's JJ, and we're back. We told you we were coming right back today, dude.
Back to back. We're dropping them both. If you heard the first one, you're definitely hearing this one. Just dropping them right in a row. Radio time. Sorry
and if you
that.
ain't sick of us yet, you're about to be.
Come on,
bitch.
bring it on. Let's just keep it going. Cancel us when you want.
Let's just keep it going. Joe, you just sent me some of the most funniest yet awesome shit in the world, dude. Let's talk about it.
Oh, my God, that was amazing. Like, while we were recording the last episode, Senator Tillis made a fucking bingo card for the fucking questioning today of Kash Patel. I think it's Kash Patel, right? For FBI director.
Kash Patel,
Yep. They're doing his, all the questions where they probe him and try and make him look like a goof and try
confirmation. Isn't it called like confirmation or something like that?
Yeah, it sounds
confirmation
more like,
hearing or something like that.
Lately, it's been seen like a public ridiculing to try and make it seem
like an interrogation, maybe.
Yeah, like a Spanish Inquisition. But point either way, he's been so sick of it with everybody else that they're supposed to be confirming and approving of. He made a motherfucking bingo card. It's fucking hilarious. So if you're listening to us, and you're
but you know, just to make it clear too, Ray, hold on, it is hilarious. But just to make it clear, he isn't doing it to be funny.
No, not at all.
That's not why the fuck I mean, if you go back, people, go to Twitter, check out the video, right?
Look at what Warren
listen to what he says, dude.
Yeah.
Listen to what this man says about what this means, and basically what you can get what he's saying out of it, man. Yeah. He's telling you. He's like, this is fucking sad.
Right.
This is sad that we do this.
If you went to what Warren did when she did that straight up attack and she was going at it, it kind of proves how this is and why we can say it's the Spanish Inquisition. So as he said, yeah, it's horrible they're doing it. I think it's hilarious the fact that he's able to fucking do it and he did it. And what's funny about it is he even said when he talked about it that in the opening remarks by the Democrats, he already scratched off 4 things on his bingo card because he called it and he knew it was fucking coming. Talking about deep state, talking about enemies, how they're going about it and how they're going to describe it.
You know, he's fucking sick of people being torn down and belittled and shit in front of I mean, we're talking about most of the country.
In front of the world. No, the world. Remember?
The world, of course, at all times the world, right? But, you know, a lot of these people have built careers and legacies in this country, right? Their families are American citizens, right? That they're proud of, that they're fucking proud of. And then what you do is, you know, use Pete Hegseth, for example. You guys went so far and reached out to this man's sister-in-law of his divorced wife. What type of response did you think you were going to get from that woman? Yeah. That's her sister, who is not married to Pete Hegseth anymore for whatever reasons, right? Maybe Pete Hegseth very well might have been rude to her at times. There might have been a lot wrong there, right? What does that have to do with anything, though? And why did you feel that the world, now this is where this matters, that the world needed to know that he yells and screams at his wife when he's had a couple jacks? Yeah,
it's not fair to him. It's not fair to the family. It's not fair to anything.
I mean, Joe, listen, you've been in quite a few relationships, right? You've been in relationships, and you were always
and I still wouldn't let you reach out to any of my exes, let alone their families, for a character.
No. But let's say when we started 312 All, on a serious note here, right? On a serious note. Let's say when we decided to start 312 All, right? And we did the whiteboard thing, right? And, you know, Joey and me were building with Tink.
Well, let's not make it about me. Let's figure out a third-party way to do this one.
But how would you feel? I want to know how you would feel if I reached out. I'm not going to say names, right? But if I started reaching out to girls that I know you've dated, because I know a couple of these women, right?
Yeah, we probably... I don't think
is that fair to you, dude?
Well, no, it's not fair because you're judging the character based on your word and how you are and evolving over time too.
And you're one of those people where you've never, and I've never known you for this, out of all the relationships I've seen you in, right? You don't hide work from your significant other, right? It's very much in their face, and you know as well as I know.
It's very much most of my personality.
There you go, right? So, and you know as well as I know, especially you, right? You were in VC for a while, right?
Yep.
So you know as well as I know, days are bad.
Yeah. Very bad.
Right? So I guarantee you there's been a couple times where, you might have had a couple drinks. You might have taken the bad work day out on, let's just say, even Ryan, mom, anybody, right? Because the day was just bad, right? It was a shitty fucking day, and it happens, right?
I mean, how do you think I started answering my phone as the fuck you want?
Yeah, the fuck you want?
and I still answer it to this day sometimes as the fuck you want, because it became such a habit when you're having bad days to just say, like, you're busy, you're in the middle of something, people keep calling you the fuck you want.
Dude. I mean, I'm sure you're dealing with that a lot because we all know the cannabis roller coaster has been fucking crazy, dude.
Absolutely nuts.
I mean, it's been some really good days, right?
Great
where
days.
There's some real positive. But then I'm telling you, Joe, there's some days where I know you're down here because you're like, dude, this is so much, right?
Right.
But that doesn't mean that I should hold a meeting amongst me, Freddie, Tink, Smoke, the artist, Stunt. I shouldn't have everybody
Mike,
around
Mo.
saying, yeah, Mike. I mean, dude, especially them, right? So how would you feel if I was like, Joe, listen, we're going to do this dinner you talked about, right? And when we get to this dinner, I found some information that I've got from X, Y, and Z about this, and that, right? And you're like, wait a minute, dude. Like, Mike and me have a good relationship. And he knows that, he knows a lot of the bad, obviously. But I know Mike values your opinion as a businessman.
Yeah.
I see them turn to you for a lot of business decisions with the podcast, right? So, he values that. How would you feel if I tarnished that?
Well, you really couldn't tarnish it more than I tarnished myself, but yeah, I get the point. Yeah.
How would you feel about me, Joe?
Right,
I know it.
It'd be a turn. We'd go to war. It'd be attack and attack, and that's kind of how it started.
You'd be like, James, dude, what the fuck, man?
And that's
why did you need to do this publicly in front of everybody and then film it and make it a podcast?
But now let's go to the next step. Like, you're attacking these people who are going to be directors, right? Then you're going to need their help for the next 4 years. How's this going to go? They're not going to forget this.
They're never going to forget.
No,
this.
never going to forget it.
And mind you, Pete Hegeseth is a very outspoken person. He's very much in the spotlight. So even after this director stuff is all said and done, what do you think he's going to do?
Exactly. I completely agree.
So now we've created this vicious cycle again that we keep talking about that we don't want to have no more.
And you know what's funny? I was thinking about this when we were taking our little break, because I had a feeling like once I saw that video on Senator Tillis, it was going to get to this, right? I fucking knew it. But think about it. That means they're attacking anyone that he puts forward. It's all about attack. Because let's be very honest. If he was the dictator, I got quotes up there, you're not looking, dictator as they say he is, and he's all about his people and stuff, wouldn't his whole family be put up for director roles?
Oh, God, yeah.
Yeah. So the fact is, his family's not being put up for these roles. He's actually putting up professionals that he thinks would go based on his recommendations, based on his board and other people.
You hit the nail on the head.
Yeah. They're
professionals was that word.
Yes.
Professionals was that word that I like.
That they're still going after. It means no matter who was up there, it went. So I get it. And I see what you're, and it's horrible to say it. Like if he put Junior up there, okay, I get this fucking attack. But you're putting up a professional that this is what they did for their whole life and that they got experience or like.
And Joe, people pay attention. Not Joe. I'm just talking to Joe. People pay attention. So what you see is everybody. Trump is a businessman, right? So Trump, what he did over the past 4 years, right, was pay attention to everybody and seeing how they operated, where their views were, and if they could conform to this puzzle that he's building, right?
Right.
And then as soon as he got put back into the position, he brought these people together, right? And because based on, like you said, because of what they brought to the professional part of this giant LLC that he is running called the United States of America. Everybody.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? That's like what I did. Okay, so what did I do, Joe? I told you. I wanted to start an entertainment management company, right? Yep. You were like, listen, James, we got to kind of figure out where we make money in this, right? How do we even make money in entertainment management? Remember all these conversations, right?
I remember.
Originally, it was just me and Joey and my sister. And then when we first mentioned this, it was just me, Joey, and my sister talking about it because the restaurant didn't work out, remember?
Yep.
So we're sitting there, and then that's where James thought, right? So I was like, listen, I have one of my best friends who is like my brother, was an artist back in the day and knows everybody in the music industry. Joe, I'm going to introduce you to Freddie. Remember that initial phone call, right? So now Joe sees and hears where we can go with entertainment management because he has now met Freddie, right? Then we keep going further, right? Joe sees, hey, listen, Brittany and company, so on and so forth, Mike, Mo, Jerry, so on, right? In the beginning, right? All these people around you, they fit what Joey wanted to do with media in general, right? That goes from the script writing, right? Because mind you, Joe and Mo have been working on a script for quite some time now. So, you know, there's
and it's hard, and it keeps evolving and it keeps getting better. And we'll
but see, that's what he did though. So his first term, right? All these people rallied around him, right? He started to figure out who his group was, right? These are the people that fit in my puzzle, right? Now we see that his puzzle is a very good puzzle to put together for a country, right? So now he lost that other election. He was not in there. And did he ever stop?
No.
Did he ever stop networking, Joe?
No, never.
Never stopped building.
Never
right?
stopped.
He just wasn't able to do it as the president of the United States, right? So now that he is back to the president of the United States, right? He put the fucking pieces together. And what you're doing is you're literally belittling everybody's career that you put in front of them on a world scale.
It's ridiculous. And it's
embarrassing. Ridiculous. It's fucking embarrassing.
And the fact that it's so down to a science that he could put a bingo card together because he knows exactly what you're going to say because you've done it so many fucking times to everyone before them.
It's a goddamn embarrassment. We're the laughing stock of the fucking world, dude.
Yep. Exactly.
You want to talk about feeding into other people's propaganda? Look at the shit you give them.
Yeah.
Look at the shit North Korea has to clip up on CapCut. You get what I'm saying? What the fuck? We're making bingo cards at confirmation hearings?
Yeah.
No, and I'm not knocking the bingo cards, right? Because he didn't do that to do that to be funny. He did that to make a statement so that people like us talk about it.
Statement made, statement seen, statement heard. Well done.
And it's talked about.
Well done,
and
sir.
It's fucking talked about. And we're not going to stop talking about it. As a matter of fact, I know Joe's going to clip the segment about what he did. Oh, I know he is.
Yeah.
If he hasn't started already, motherfucker.
I was about to, but you jumped out.
You know what I'm saying? Like I'm surprised he didn't have a live clip already because this is the stuff that people need to get behind and point out to. But you know, like,
and it's probably violating some copyright stuff to put it in this. So I'm just advising you to go Google it and do it. Like it'll be online.
Oh yeah. No, it's there. It's all over Twitter. So yeah, go check it out, dude. Go check it out. But you know, I really hope that we're wrong with seeing this tit for tat business model about to keep transpiring, right? Because if we're just gonna go in circles for the next 4 years, dude, that's gonna be very bad for us as a whole, man.
Isn't that point where you start going like this?
Yeah.
I mean, like. Yeah, I mean.
Oh, you want me to get him out early?
When it's
he was relaxing.
He
was relaxing.
You just said when we're wrong. I mean, come on. You just said we're not going to do this for 4 years?
No.
Come on. Is a politician a politician?
Listen, I believe in change, dude. I don't care what nobody says. Call me an optimist, dude. I'm sorry, I am.
Have you seen Mitch McConnell?
Oh, dude.
Have you seen Elizabeth Warren? Have you seen Nancy Pelosi? Yeah. Have you seen Mr. Biden?
Poor old Biden, dude.
Poor old Biden.
Poor old Biden. But, you know, we do need to get to something really quick, though. And you know, we do need to get to something really quick. You know, our thoughts and prayers all go out to the people that were lost in that tragic accident last night.
And we're sorry we didn't mention it before. We kind of sidetracked forever. It's been a minute since we've done this. But
yeah, we were actually just like, and last episode we were in serious catch up mode. We had a little bit of fun, right? Fucked around a little bit, hence effing around.
exactly.
Right? But
It's tragic. It's horrible.
I sent that to Joe last night, and I'm telling you, his fucking response to me at 4:01 this morning, 4:00 this morning, Atlanta time. I'm on Eastern time. 4:00 in the morning Eastern time. Joe's like, "Oh my god, dude, are you serious?" Like,
yeah,
wow. And it's just it's so fucking tragic.
Yeah,
it's just so fucking tragic. 60-something lives, I believe, lost.
Yeah,
dude.
there's no good thing about it. Nothing's good. It's a horrible tragedy, and the fact that people are now using it for a political stance on already
please, come on.
And at that, we're just gonna drop it and say it's a tragedy. Hearts and prayers to your families and who you are,
Joe. To be honest with you, I haven't seen any of that, and the fact that you just told me that that's what's happening actually really hurts.
You didn't know it's all Trump's fault because he already fired the people who are in charge, and this all happened because he was switching out the leaders in those departments.
Come on, guys, we got to do better, dude.
Already,
we got to do better. We got to do better. These fucking people just fucking crashed last night, and you had to blame it on President Trump.
Oh no, it's the politicians on the other side already on Twitter. Oh yeah, it's his fault because he. Let
me guess. Hold on.
I don't even remember offhand, so I can't even bring it up.
I was going to say it sounds like a Chuck Schumer move.
Don't even know.
It sounds like a Chuck Schumer move.
But the fact that everyone was like, it's his fault. He's in charge. All tragedies go to the president.
Yeah, that's Chuck. That's good old Charles, dude. That's Charles motherfucking Schumer, that piece of shit. Man, dude, I watched him speaking the other day, dude, and it made me fucking sick to my fucking stomach, man.
Yeah, everything is sick with what's going on. Absolutely ridiculous.
Yeah, but fuck them though. Fuck them too. Then I'll say it now. Listen, my thoughts and prayers and everything goes out to the families and shit of the people that were lost, because that's a fucking tragedy, dude. And I'm just sitting there. My mom texted me. I'm kicking it. I'm playing some FIFA and shit, dude. I'm fucking around last night playing some FIFA, and my mom texted me. She's like, "James, you got to come see this." I was like, "What do you mean, Mom? Come downstairs." Fucking, they show it happening, dude. And what I want to do is I kind of want to figure out, like, what went wrong, dude? Did you catch the video of how the crash? Have you seen it yet?
Yeah, it's just I couldn't figure out how. Like, what?
It's like you see the like, dude. This wasn't the plane's fault. The plane was on descent landing, dude. This helicopter just. I mean.
Yeah, I really want to hear the tapes, see what happens, and thankfully, I will say this: we will get transparency now. I will.
Oh yeah, he's putting it out there. He is.
He 100% is.
Especially now that you're saying, I didn't notice, but now that you're saying the politicians are blaming him, I guarantee you he's right now making it a point to figure out what the fuck happened.
100%.
Yeah, he's like that. That's just the way he is. Okay, you want to say it's my fault? That's what I'm going to do. Yeah. I'm going to prove you wrong, bitch.
Exactly.
Man, dude, I didn't know that. So you just man. I'm fucking disgusted.
Yeah. So
dude.
now I'm going to bring you to something else real quick, and I'm going to just throw it out there. I've been seeing this all over Twitter because it's a great segue. Did you see the girl suing Lyft, the rapper?
Did not.
So there is a young lady. You can Google it while we're talking. Who is suing Lyft? Who ordered a Lyft ride? She is a rapper, and the Lyft refused to pick her up because she was too large. And now she's suing Lyft for millions of dollars.
Oh, you're talking about Lizzo.
Oh no, it's not Lizzo.
No, sorry.
But you should probably Google that before you finish saying that. And not only that, she's a rapper and she was doing a show. While she was doing the show, her legs gave out and fell out after she did this, and she couldn't stand. But she's suing them because they wouldn't pick her up or let her in the car because they said she was too big for the car.
Dank DeMoss.
Yes. So I wanted your opinion on that because I reached out when I tweeted about it.
I'm not gonna lie.
I wanted to know if Gucci, if I sue them because I don't fit in small, if they'll give me free clothes, but no one responded yet.
Judging by the way I handled the segue in the beginning, I don't know if I'm necessarily the person that's supposed to be giving you an opinion on this, but I will. I want to start with saying Lizzo, my bet.
That's why I told you just wait.
So, damn, I don't know how to come back from that one.
Well, why don't we just go to music business then?
Goddamn, dude. Listen, Lizzo, you're a beautiful human being regardless, but I'm telling you right now, you also ain't fitting in that fucking lift. So if that motherfucker shows up, you ain't fitting in it.
Oh my God, I'm crying. Dude, I'm fucking crying. I am fucking crying.
I'm sorry, dude. I gotta. I had to fucking be honest there, dude. I couldn't hold it in no more. And now I can move forward. So
Okay.
so now my bad. No, so listen, you definitely, if she wins, you sue Gucci because you can't fit into the small shit. So that's happening.
Yeah, I'm done. If she wins,
and then what I'm doing is I'm suing somebody too because I can't fit into none of the big and tall shit either. So
yeah, I mean, if that's how the world works, let's fucking go. Let's fucking go.
You know, and also on a serious note, right? Nothing wrong with bigger women, right? But you do make yourself look kind of bad when you do things like this.
No, stop. Before you go further, I think what it should be is kind of like what on the airplanes when they have those issues where people get upset you don't fit on a plane. I think what it should be now is let's do it like a roller coaster. Not saying you can't go on there, but let's just make it very clear. Like when you order a vehicle, if you can't, maybe you have to do like a special button or something to say that I need special assistance or I won't fit in a Lamborghini. I am saying I can't fit in a fucking sports car sometimes. I don't understand how these giant athletes do it. I feel uncomfortable in sports cars. You won't see me in it because I know it's not going to work for me. I don't like how it feels. It fucking squeezes my fucking ribs.
Yeah, that's like you trying to get into a Lotus. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. We know what we are capable of. So maybe we should have it like, hey, if we're doing this and we know we need special accommodations, we should fucking say it. We're not saying you can't be different sizes or something. You could be whatever fucking size you want, but you can't blame a Lotus for showing up if you can't drive in a Lotus. It's
and
like
now this isn't only about fat people. Thanks for saving my ass, dude.
But that's what I'm throwing at because I remember
that's why he's my co-host.
That's what I remember someone trying to sue an airline because they couldn't fit in an airline seat and they tried to force them to buy 2 seats. And I remember that being a big issue. I don't remember what happened with it, but it makes me think in my head that if you need certain accommodations, you should ask for them. If you have
not only should you ask, you should fucking know. Did you guys just hear how Joey was like, listen, I probably can't fit into a lot of different sports cars because I'm very uncomfortable, right? So does that mean that when Joe goes to purchase a vehicle and he really likes this vehicle, but he can't fit into it, he's got to sue Ford because he can't fit into it?
No. It just means I know what I can and can't do. So if a vehicle if I know it's not going to work, maybe you order a bigger vehicle, maybe you do something else. If a car, that's how Lyft works though. You don't know what you're showing up with, but it tells you what vehicle when you're coming. So if you know it's not going to work, maybe you say something. I don't know.
So does that mean that Carvana needs to get an I'm fat button?
I wasn't going that far or going to say that, but I'm saying if you buy your own car, you should know what you can and can't buy.
Oops. So I wasn't supposed to say that either.
No, you probably weren't. But you know what I mean? You know what I mean though? Like same thing for like the airline when they try to do buy the 2 seats. I know that it's not right. I know it doesn't seem fair to people, but at the same time, like if you can't fit in a seat, you say something about it. If you have a service animal, you say something. If you have a child, you say something. If you need a special accommodation, you say something. I think this lawsuit is going to change the way fucking Lyfts and Ubers are done, is what I'm getting at from this. I think it's going to force the issue of now they're going to have to address body sizes.
Yeah, but do you think she wins, though, Joe?
I don't think so. I don't think it's going to be a win. Honestly, I think it's going to be a settle to make it go away, and they're going to change the fucking procedures because of that. I think they're just going to do it to get. I think she's going to.
Which would mean, with all jokes aside, I'm not trying to be funny here. That would mean that like some type of special accommodations button sense type thing is where you're going with this.
But right? I also think she's going to end up fucking famous off of this, and she's going to get a lot of publicity, and she's going to get and she's going to get a platform. So they're going to pay her to stop and go away just so it doesn't get worse. Because a trial drawn out is not going to help, but it might be around for a bit because look, no one's ever heard of her before this. Now she's everywhere. So it's working.
Yeah, she is too. This is nuts. This is everywhere.
It's working to her fucking benefit right now. So I really think that maybe they're just going to throw some money at it. She'll go away, but I foresee this changing how things are done where people are going to put on there, hey, if you are above this or you are like this or you need this benefit, you have to let us know, or there's going to be a disclosure on there. Like if you go to Disney and you die, you can't sue.
This is crazy, dude. I mean, I'm reading a little bit of it. It sounds like she did this on purpose, bro. She honestly, purposely was saying, I can fit in the car you can't fit in.
Yeah. Honestly, I think it's a big gimmick to get her famous. It's almost like an industry plant, which is why I wanted to bring it to you for moving to music. Because remember how we always talk about industry plants on TikTok and stuff for music?
Yeah.
Does this not look like a fucking plant at the fucking expense of
I'm reading it now, dude. It's like she kept repeating that she can fit in the car while she was on camera that was pointed directly at the lift.
Right.
You get what I'm saying? Like I'm looking at this shit now. So you kept repeating that you can fit in the car so that you could get the Lyft driver to say, I don't think you can fit.
Yeah.
Now it's discrimination.
Yeah. Do you see why I thought this was great for music?
Yeah, good job, dude. I mean, man. And yeah. I went in on a bunch of people for it. My bad, guys. Sorry.
No, but you did. But like going in on it, it looks like an industry plant, doesn't it? Like
it does, dude.
So that's what I'm getting at. Look at your first reaction. That was kind of the point of this. Look at your first reaction. And now look at when you take that second to look at it. What is it?
It's a fucking industry plant.
Right.
It's a fucking industry plant, dude. It's fucking
100% at the expense of fucking Lyft.
489 pounds. This woman weighs as much as a baby elephant.
So, I don't know what it actually weighs, so I'm not going to say anything.
I'm going to find out right now.
But that's why I was talking about the rules for the airplane stuff, because I knew you'd be sitting there researching it, and I knew the longer you researched, eventually it was going to be like, this is a fucking industry plant. But I had to talk about, but I really think it's going to change stuff. What?
She weighs just a little under double the average weight for a baby elephant, my boy.
Oh, wow. See? There you go. Now you're able to say.
So if there was a baby elephant that needed to lift, that would have fit in the car better than this woman. You need to get healthy, babe. Whoever you are, if you're listening because somebody sends you this, you need to get healthy, babe. I got a guy to get you in order too.
And he's not saying anything's wrong with you or anything's there. He's just worried about your health.
No. I'm worried about your health. 100%, Joe. You got to get healthy, babe. Nope. You outweigh a baby fucking elephant. That ain't fucking good, dude. That's the problem with America. That's the problem with fucking America.
And if she was able to move, run, dude, you could be any way in the world. Look at the Big Show. Remember the Big Show on WWE? Yeah. Like it's all great, but they already found a video of her rapping and doing it. Look her name up and falling down right now.
Well, I'm gonna fuck the game up right here. I'm gonna fuck the game up. You ever hear who Dave Blunts is?
No. Tell the world.
Okay, so Dave Blunts is a very fat, very, very, very fat and unhealthy rapper addicted to lean.
Oh,
right?
No.
And he gets criticized left and right, dude. Everybody's always telling him all this bad shit about his weight. Now, yet there is a ton of people that try to tell him, like, yo, like I just said, like, yo, you got to get healthy, dude. Right. You got bars.
Yeah.
Dude, the dude can rap. But he did that last festival that was in Chicago before the wintertime, right? He was there and he had to perform on a couch with his oxygen tank, right?
Oh,
so damn. a lot of people attacked him for it. Like, yo, buddy, you need to get off stage and shit. Why the fuck is this woman being fucking praised now? Why aren't you guys attacking her? This broad needs to get healthy too.
No, I completely agree. But
that's fucking crazy, 469 pounds.
But that's why I wanted you to see it. Like, it's not just that issue, because that's issues I'll touch on, like dealing with airlines, dealing with this, how it affects Lyft and the business for it. But once you dig in, that's another way they do an industry.
That's a music industry plant.
Yeah. Like, look at that trick. But
watch, I bet you she gets signed I bet you she gets a record deal within the next year.
I was going to say it. Watch, she's going to get a record deal. She's going to get set up. Something's going to be worked out.
Oh, dude, such a good segue, dude. I appreciate you. I appreciate the fuck out of you for that, dude. Well fucking done.
It's like it's kind of like giving you an alley-oop there. You just didn't know it was coming.
Well, no, because that's exactly what listen, like literally, I really wanted to touch on something with you today, right? Because this is actually right into it, right? This is what
I didn't even know what you wanted, but you're like,
man. All I told you was that I wanted to have some music on. I wanted to have some music biz on the episode today. Is what I told you.
I threw it right up to you.
Yeah, well done. So, obviously, I've been getting really, really busy with Freddie and Smoke and Little Chris and everybody on this end of things as far as business goes, right? And I'm the first one to recognize at any point in time that we dove into this shit, right?
Head first.
We dove into this shit head first. We
forgot to check the water temperature.
Oh God, yeah. Oh God, yeah. But what I will say is that I've learned an immense amount from so many people that have been in this business for so long that now I'm really, really, really getting good at this shit.
Yeah.
Right? So, what I'm starting to really, really, really see is exactly the stuff that you just pointed out, right? The music industry is now seeking out these people that can do what we call numbers. And Joe knows what I'm saying, right? So when we're working in music a lot for the people that tune in that aren't in the music business, right? And you go talk to a lot of labels and stuff, right? They really want to know your numbers, right?
That's all they care about.
And that doesn't necessarily always mean only the financial end of things, right? That's a lot of analytics, a lot of financial too. Also, they also want to know like what you're spending and all these. Like, there's a lot of ways that numbers come into play, but one of the most major ways these days, right, is the analytics.
Yeah.
Okay. So, if you don't have numbers and analytics to back up the music, it's nothing. It doesn't matter. I don't care how good the song is, right? And I really believe that. You do still see it, right? So don't get it twisted, right? It does happen where people gravitate to a song, right? But you need to figure out a way these days, if you want to be attached to a major label, you need to figure out a way to grab the people, right? And what you're seeing is a lot of these labels are doing what Joe said. Joe, what did you say you thought this broad looked like?
Industry plant.
Yep. So now, just to use her as an example. Yep.
We might have pulled it out early, but it's coming out again.
Guess who's back?
Quack, quack, motherfucker.
Back. So what you're seeing is to use this chick for an example, right? So if this Lyft lawsuit can generate millions and millions of views, right?
Yeah, it probably already did, if not more.
Yeah, and when you type Detroit rapper suing in Google, she comes up. So obviously she is recognized as a rapper, right? So now what you have is all these labels are paying attention to what type of views she's getting on these interviews and shit, right? All they gotta do is now somebody, if she gets over, if she goes crazy, which she is, all she's gonna do is just get a deal.
Yep.
And then they'll let her release whatever she wants, whether the music's good or not. They'll let her release whatever she wants.
And whatever record label has a deal with her probably has a deal with Lyft. And there's a back end move, and it's string connected.
Don't ruin the industry that way for these people.
No.
Yeah,
what I'm saying is, though, whichever company comes to her probably has some of the same investors in Lyft. And that's what's going to happen. An investor in Lyft is going to have an investment in a music company. They're going to have the music company do it. And part of the fucking thing is it's going to drop or go away. And that's how do the money without any blame being placed.
And Joe, they're ruining the music industry with this shit, right? Because what you're seeing is that you're perceiving the wrong image to the guys that are new and coming in the business, right? So let's be realistic. The past few years haven't been that good from an economic standpoint, right? So do you think that 18, 19, 20, 21-year-olds have $2,500 a month budgets for their music?
None.
And the only way that you can get yourself out there, right, to the point where you're getting these millions and millions of views is if you spend that money, right? Mm-hmm. So it's always been, listen, you've always needed to invest in yourself, right?
Yeah.
But the music mattered. They needed talent too. The talent played a part in it. The music played a bigger part in it, dude. Now it is literally 90% business and 10% music. So if I have an artist that gives me $5,000 a month to put them on Say Cheese TV, right?
Yep.
Blog, TSRG TV. You go and you get them on JoJo's podcast at Say Word, right? Then you go and you do the run on Off the Porch. Then you go and you do the run on Live from the Hive, right? All these things, right? All these things that come into play, right? They're called media runs, right? these media runs are expensive. They're very expensive in order to do the right ones, Joe, because even you have always said too, right? I've showed you places that we want to advertise the show on, right? What Joe does is he looks into them and he's like, hey, listen, dude, we can just do this ourselves, right? Let's just keep pushing. This isn't where we want to try to allocate an advertising budget, right? So you can always do that, but that's the thing, dude. Until you start putting that money into it and getting these media runs done accordingly, you're not going to get in front of the millions of views that are going to get these big industry labels to look at you.
Yep.
So what I always preach, right? And I think that, I'm sure somebody's thought of this before. I'm not the only one, right? But what I believe is that I'm focusing on building this team, right? This team of, everybody that's on the same page, growing together so that we can utilize each other. Now, does that mean that we manage on paperwork everybody that we get in tune with? No. We very well might help this artist out with something. But that's because when we help them out, right, and their song goes crazy, they're going to come back and attribute it to Motivate the Trenches, 312 JJ.
Hopefully, if they're decent people.
Well, I'm not going to lie to you. I've got a solid team of all decent people.
Right. I'm just saying, sometimes.
Yeah, but in general, right? In a general sense, right? You can only hope that you have decent people around you to do that.
So I got one for you then. I got a music question for you.
Mm-hmm.
So what movie foreshadowed this being the music industry and how it turns out now with Plants?
What movie
foreshadowed this is how the music industry would turn out?
I don't know. You got me there.
Hustle and Flow. Because no matter how much you hustle, it didn't matter till he's knocked Ludacris's ass out. No matter.
Great movie.
Great movie. Fucking amazing movie. Terrence Howard, right?
Terrence Howard, yeah.
Amazing fucking acting. Unbelievable soundtrack. The songs were top notch. But think about that. No matter how good his music was, how perfect it was, how great those beats were, nobody would fucking touch them. They pushed it out. They did what they had to do, but they had to bust their fucking ass. Until he laid that motherfucker out and he went to prison and got famous for laying him out, nobody gave a fuck who he was.
Yeah, and then now after that, everybody's listening to the song.
But look at that and compare it to today's movie.
Well, dude, that's fucking excellent.
Thank you.
What an excellent comparison, dude.
And it was because funny. I didn't put that in my head till while you were talking. Did you see that grin on my face when you were talking?
Yeah.
That was the grin when it went in. It was like, holy shit. This is the knock Luda out moment.
Dude, it is. And listen, it's not a bad thing, right? So don't think that, because like Joe said, this has been the way the music industry, you've always needed to invest in yourself, right? I'm not saying that that's not the case, right?
But don't go out and catch a case or be a fucking plant. There are other ways to find a way. Consistent, constant marketing, get your way out there.
Don't sue Lyft for fat discrimination, right? And now your career blows up, and now all your shitty fucking music that wasn't going anywhere before this is flooding the fucking music industry.
But now
here's what we got: a bunch of fat women making songs after they do something.
This is what's going to happen, though. This is where it's going to get bad, right? So she's going to blow up for this. She's going to get a contract. She's going to get all this money, and you know what's going to end up happening after she gets the money? She's going to do what you said. She'll probably end up getting healthy, lose all the weight, get a bunch of surgery, and then she's going to start being attacked and gone after for not being happy with herself, doing this to sell out and change, and only using it for her benefit. Because think about it, every time a female artist gets big and then they lose weight, the fucking females attack them then for losing weight. So
yeah, that's true.
There's not a fucking happy ending on. There's not a happy ending on this. Either you stay unhealthy and happy who you are, or you get healthy because you want to survive forever, and then you get attacked for not being happy. I don't see a happy way out of it. Yeah, you get money and that's great, but it's either your money unhealthy and you can literally have a heart attack from being unhealthy, or you get healthy and then you're attacked for just using your unhealthiness to get famous. That's just how I'm perceiving this. I could be wrong. Maybe I'm not, but the patterns usually don't lie on that one. Think about
no, they don't.
Can you think of one female artist that lost weight where people were happy with her for doing it?
Mm-mm.
Do not females attack her for hating herself and not being proud of who she was?
Yes, all the time. That happens all the fucking time. And
a guy loses weight and gets in shape, dude. He's getting his act together. He's getting in shape. A woman loses weight and gets in shape. Oh, she's not proud of herself. She's not happy with herself. It's a catch-22 on them.
That double standard.
Yeah, double-edged sword.
Yeah.
It's like, it's really not fair. Honestly, I kind of feel bad for women on that one. It's not fair. They can't get healthy without being attacked.
It's the same thing. Women can't have casual sex. They're whores. Men can. They're the shit. You know what I'm saying? That's just how it's always been. But you know, this type of behavior and this type of stuff is what is ruining the music industry for these really talented individuals. Like, I don't think, I mean, the guys, I'm starting to give a lot of the artists like HBCKG, Smokey, Tommy, I'm starting to kind of give them a little bit of a dive into what it takes to get their music out there to people. Right. And what I'm showing them is how hard it is for me to get in tune with the people that I'm getting in tune with to put these records out there and shit and play these records and the DJs and stuff. Right. You know, you really don't realize just how much work really goes into that. But it's the right type of work though, Joe.
Yeah.
Joe, I'm not on camera snorting lines of cocaine and shit.
Yeah, you do it off camera, and then you jump on it.
Yeah, and then I jump on. I do a little bump ski. No, no more. But so I don't do that stuff, and I don't do things on camera to try to get people to look at me for our artists, right?
Right.
That's the wrong way of going about things, right? That'd be stupid. At the same time, I'd have a bunch of criticism for it like we're doing now. What I'm going to do is I'm going to do it the way that they used to do it back in the day. I'm hitting the ground running, dude. I'm calling people. I'm talking to people on social media. I'm getting in tune with people on a music business level, right?
By the way, speaking of that, I just noticed the other day on my LinkedIn, it popped in my feed. A kid I went to college with, he's been in AR in London for like the last decade.
No shit.
Yeah, so remind me later. I'll fucking try and do an introduction, see if he remembers me. But
dude, it'd also be great to get somebody like that on the show. I got a couple people actually from there.
Yeah,
that's crazy.
Why it just popped up my feed. I'm like, oh my god, I remember you. Like,
yeah, dude. I don't want to get his name wrong, and I've talked to him a couple times. I want to get him on here, and he actually is interested to the show. He's an engineer from the UK, right?
Oh, wonderful.
And dude, he's got such a great perspective on music business. This is another one of those people that I tell you, you know, it took me a long time. I got in tune with Buddy, right? And you know, you see. That is the way that I believe these people should be going about doing it. And a person 2 times the size of a baby elephant telling you that she could fit in a go-kart so that she can benefit the music industry. I'm sorry. That's not right. That's wrong. Yeah. That's what's going to ruin the industry.
There's better ways to go about it. I mean, I get maybe that's what you wanted. You wanted your viral moment and you wanted a way to get money and get famous. And yeah, I see it work. I see it's working already for you, and people are looking you up, and you're blowing up, and you're getting all this female support and this bodyism support, or however you say it. But yeah, but you're putting a dent on the industry. And
how's the music? That's what I want to know. Has anybody heard it? Have you heard it?
Did you forget who you were asking?
Oops.
Yeah, exactly. Like, nope.
I really don't even know if I want to like actually listen to it. I'm kind of scared.
That would be a you thing. But the idea is, if you heard the music first, you would have what if she was great or good? You would have judged it differently. The fact is, I needed you caught off guard on it, so you didn't get the chance to do the research, because then you would have realized how quickly of a plant that was.
Man, I mean, it's yeah, and I'm really thank you once again for bringing that up, because you know I want to make sure that this message gets across here, and I want to make sure it gets across properly, right?
Yeah.
This is for any independent artist. This isn't for anybody, specific, right? You need to put in the work.
Yeah.
Right. I don't care what that work consists of. I don't care how much money it costs you. I'm not even talking about that right now. Right. We'll get into the part where you need to invest in yourself. Right. But you have to put in this work. Don't let this shit get handed to you. And listen, go out and get a fucking job.
And if you got questions or you need stuff and you don't have management, you just need someone to ask, just tweet at fucking James or fucking Instagram him. He'll fucking respond to you, man. He actually
Oh God, yeah. Oh God, yeah.
He replies
oh God, yeah.
back.
I always will. But you know what I am seeing, right? And this is just based off of random phone calls that I've had with different artists, right? And this isn't even necessarily pertaining to anybody on the team, right? Because what I do see is a lot of artists reach out now, right?
Mm-hmm.
I get emails, I get phone calls and shit. So I never turn an independent artist away from a conversation, dude. I never do. Never once have I ever, and I never will, right? Now I get what I need I get what information I need to see where the conversation will go after that conversation, right? So during that conversation, I make sure I figure out what I need to figure out.
Yeah.
And then I go from there. But, you know, these guys, dude, they really want it to be handed to them a lot. A lot of them are looking for, you know, that thing they see on social media where they drop off the Louis Vuitton bag full of cash, and then they also get the really cool chain and shit.
Just don't lose your chain.
Yeah, right. It's not yours, dude. So just so you know, a fucker ain't there.
Yeah.
Yeah,
just
listen, just so you know, like if you want a chain from me and you don't have the money for it, you owe me for the chain. It's my chain still. I don't give chains away. I don't just give shit away. So, but we don't even think about shit like that over here. That's just, I think it's.
It made me think of that. Who was that rapper who got his chain jacked in Chicago? Remember?
Which one hasn't?
But is that funny? Most chains jacked happen in Chicago.
Yeah, I mean, we're just a piece of shit fucking sewer. But for all the artists out there, dude, you know, you guys, this is a 90% business industry these days, right? Make sure that you go out and find a team. For one, you need a team. You need a team around you. Make sure that you vet your managers too.
Yeah.
Okay. So when you're reaching out to managers and I have more questions than you have for me, you're probably not going to be under my management, just so you know. That just tells me that you don't know enough about what you're getting yourself into to ask somebody who is supposed to be taking care of everything enough questions, right? Make sure that you vet these guys and these people that you put around you. Not everybody wants the best for you. And if you're not willing to invest in yourself, nobody is going to invest time or money in you.
Think about it like you're going on a date. If you don't dress up and you look nice, what the fuck is the point? Like, you got to actually look like you want to be there and you care. Like, even if it's brushing your teeth and showering and put on clean clothes, it makes a fucking difference. Like, if you don't got money to dress up or go somewhere nice, yeah, I get it. But at least you could brush your fucking teeth. You can shower. You could throw on something that doesn't smell like the last girl you fucking dated.
Yeah. Yeah. And listen, you guys, another thing too, I know a lot of stuff comes up with these young guys, like these guys that are trying to figure it out about money, right? So for one, go get a job. That's first and foremost, right? For two, right? What really, really shows a little something. It's a little bit riskier. But what really shows a little something is you figuring it out without any money. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Utilizing what's around you. For example, my boy HB, right? Budget wasn't that big this month, and he wanted to put most of his budget towards pushing the music, right? That was his focus this month because he's got missed calls coming up, right? Which I think is a record you're going to love. So he's got missed calls coming up. Tubi is a feature that he's got with Smokey, right? That's also coming up.
Mm-hmm.
And he's like, JJ, I really want to start getting out there more, right? He was like, the music's really good. That's going to go, right? But if I don't put a better marketing budget behind these records, I can't get it to go.
Right.
Which I get, 100%, right? So I'm like, okay, my boy. He's like, but we need visuals. I was like, okay, now that's the tricky part, dude, right? You're talking about music video, right? Unless you have a videographer on deck that's working with you, 500, maybe three, right? Maybe three for a low budget one, right? So for a high budget one, 1,000 or better, right? I'm sitting there and we're building. He's like, yo, let me sleep on it, right? I'll get back to you. We'll figure something out. I'm like, for sure. Guess what I get the next day?
A video.
He made his own visuals. He made his own visuals. He made a lyric video, and then he went and made a little I don't know, like a CapCut video you call it, but I know he didn't use CapCut, right? He put it up on Triller. It's up on YouTube. Everybody go check it out, right? To promote his music, right? Guess how much it cost him, Joe?
Nothing. $3.99.
Big fucking goose egg, my boy.
Nice.
Big fucking goose egg. Now, here is a guy that is sitting there and he's like, JJ, you told me how important it is to spend the money that I do have correctly. This is what I'm spending it on. I'm going to figure the rest out. Does that mean that he went and sold drugs, right? Did he go on live with a gun? Hey, man, I'm about to go blow this bitch down, shorty. No.
You know the last guy who did that's going to come blow your shit down now, right?
Yeah, fuck him. My boy went out. He brainstormed. He built. He executed, right?
Yep.
And it did great. So that's just one example, right? And I want guys to know that there is ways to figure out how to get things done. You got to think outside of the box.
Use your network. Use your resources. Use those around.
Joe, the fuck-arounds. Let's talk a little bit about them for a second, right? The fuck-arounds, right? When they decided to fuck around a little bit, right? How were they pushing their music?
Social media. That's it. TikTok. I pushed it for them. I did my own stuff.
So what you're saying is just the people around him did that?
Yeah, just the people around him. They made their. Oh, right. I mean, I made my own content with videos, and I put their music to it.
Wait a minute. You made those videos?
I made the videos. It was my own shit. I pushed it.
So you gave them a hand, and you didn't charge them?
No, not a thing.
Why didn't you charge them, Joe?
Because that's what you do. And I helped them, and I'm part of them, and I put their music together, I manage them, and that's what a team does.
So that's how that works, huh?
Exactly. You get a team to work together. You share their stuff, they share your stuff. So
all you needed to do was tell them to sit back and look at what was around them, and that's what they got.
That was it.
No.
Completely.
Stop lying, Joe.
Seriously. I mean, they even sent me a video of a squirrel that we put their music to and posted.
No fucking way.
Just to put it out there. Just to increase their numbers. And
wait a minute. They were another group that came into the situation with a very low budget, right?
Yeah.
This was an up-and-coming independent artist with a low budget?
I think they spent like a total of $20-$25, maybe 30 at most on marketing over like
No.
That's it.
What?
Yeah. I mean, they didn't do well. I think they ended at like 17 million streams or something.
But it can be done.
It can be done.
Wait a minute. It could be done just like that?
Just like that. I mean, sometimes you got to get some luck and some things to happen, but you had to be consistent, constant marketing.
So now could you imagine when you're throwing some money at something?
Exactly.
When you're actually putting the investment behind the business?
Yeah, I mean, and now they're not even pushing it. I mean, obviously they're working on other projects and doing other things.
Well, I know they had something come up, right?
Right.
I know that to be honest with you, they did a really good job on our intro, so I appreciate them working on that.
And they're going to get back to it. And they said, when you get here, we're going to do some music together. They're going to stop making their stuff. They're just going to make the beats, and they're going to take our lyrics and our catchphrases from our show and the podcast and just make those as music going forward for us.
So it's all about brainstorming, not giving up, basically, right, and executing on these plans, right, and actually thinking outside of the box a little bit.
And they're still streaming every day all over the world. I mean, the last time I checked, I think they hit 98 different countries have streamed them.
And Joe, obviously, right, a lot of people might look at this and say, "Oh, this guy's saying you can do it." Listen, that's not what I'm saying. No. Right.
I'm just saying
that's not what I'm saying. That I'm saying figure it the fuck out. Right? This is for all you guys out there that are sitting at home right now and you're trying to figure out the best way to get this done, right? You're already, even if you are one of those people working a job, right? Remember, it's not about how much you spend, it's how you spend it.
And basically what he's fucking telling you is today's spotlight is your own fucking self. Stand up, look in the mirror, and be your goddamn self. Pull your britches up and do what's good. Because thanks again for effing around in the morning. I'm your co-host, Joe.
Hey, it's JJ, everybody, and have a great day. Thanks for tuning in for the back-to-back episodes.
Thank you for effing around with us in the morning.
See you tomorrow morning.
All right, see you tomorrow morning.
Effing around, start the day. Lesson breaks, we got something to say. feel the beat, the energy rise. It's morning mayhem, no surprise. We're effing around, sun's up, it's true. Morning vibes just for you.